Okay, well, I just crawled in this back window and I'm standing in the dining room. So I'm going to back up as much as I can in the dining room, and we can get a sense that there's a little bit of stained glass and a little nice period fixture. Wallpaper in the dining room generally looks good until you start getting closer and looking at some of the details. Now this area over here was all ripped out, and part of the closing process, our appraiser required that this be done, so about $1,100 worth of very crude sheetrock work was done to try and make this place be generally acceptable at some level. The wood trim that's been slapped up around this door, for example, counts in that area, as is most of the sheetrock that was slapped up right around the edge here. However, the people that were here before obviously were headed towards a divorce, and it's a foreclosed property, and they put in the can in the ceiling and then trimmed out with sheetrock that part of the fireplace addition. We're now standing in what I would call the living room, and as we turn around and look more forward, you can see that there is a pocket door area where these pocket doors, with a bit of work, you can grab the handles and then lift, and they will slide out, and eventually they would seal up the front parlor area. Okay, the front parlor has, like all of the rooms in this house, 12 or 11-foot ceilings, and it'd be the more formal area of the home. Wide baseboards, crude-looking wiring, and then if you look closely at the ceiling, you can see that there is sort of a pattern here. But this pattern is not tin, it's just a pattern wallpaper. Okay, so now there's a transom here, and this is one of the nicest transoms in the house. It has a pattern on the glass. None of the others have that. There's stencils on the wall. These stencils are getting a little old. They're rather tired looking. We can see the N.H. Allen stained glass from the inside. And as we look up at the roof, we can see that there were some patches that was done in the sheetrock here to get access to things in the bathroom up above at some point. There's a hanging lamp, there are chandeliers, and we're now at the front door. The front door has two doors that are rather old, and they're at least from the 60s and perhaps quite a bit earlier, and they open out and they have some architectural details along with balconies, balusters that come down. But if you look carefully at these balusters, at this area, you can see that there's really quite a bit of rot going on inside here. So there's going to be some work to make this look okay. Now, as we finish, as we continue our exploration of this house, let's keep walking on the main floor, and we're coming down beside the living room and the front parlor. And this hallway, if we go the other direction, opens into a very unusual sort of room that was listed once as a bedroom, because it does have a small closet in here, and it has a ceiling fan. As we look at this back part of this bedroomish area, we can see that there's a somewhat more modern bathroom that's been placed in here. And you can see me. This is me trying to take pictures of everything. All right, now, so this sort of bedroom area, which would be awfully tiny, does have a doorway that could, in theory, be closed. Lots of transoms over the top. A little built-in that's not original. And then we're now coming to the back porch area where there is at least one hanging light, and then a smallish sort of kitchen that has cabinets with a little bit of wood, plastic laminate countertop, and lots of cards of real estate people and various junk that's been left from the mail. And there are cracks periodically in the way the house is laid out. Now I think it's time for us to walk back into this little bedroom, go around the little corner, head up into the entry hall, look at the front doors, and turn around and head upstairs. And the stairway looks pretty good. It's relatively narrow. There's lots of little balusters, and here. So we're going to walk up this stairway. Lots of steps because we're looking at 11-foot ceilings in both the first and second floor, and we get to a landing area where there's more of these stencils. Carpet covers the floor in this area, and this is a recent repair where part of the floor was ripped up to do some wiring. We have really awful parquet flooring in several different patterns in this room here, and if we look forward we can see that this is where the vent stack for the lower basement, the lower first floor bathroom is. Got a ceiling fan, lots of double hung windows all throughout in the Italianate style. So as we look back at the opening on the landing at the top of the stairs, we're going to look to the front of the house and walk along the stairs. Take a look at the second floor bathroom. It has a clawfoot tub, painted pink on the outside. It has a shower area, another fairly nice fixture. The wallpaper is peeling, but I think it might be put back rather quickly to look reasonable. And then it has a tile floor and then an older toilet. Now as we look at the front bedroom, we're going to curl into this room, and this front bedroom has a variety of construction debris lying around. On the sides it has a nice chandelier. The paint job on the ceiling is generally acceptable, and then this whole area was just completely torn up, and so it needed to be sheetrocked for the closing to go forward. So that was part of the $1,100 we paid for that piece of sheetrocking. Now this board area right here would trap the hole that would let you get up into the attic, but the sheetrock person just covered up the attic hole, so there's no way to get out. We're now looking at the exterior siding, and you can see that the siding is a shiplap siding that lets you actually see daylight outside a bit. And there's been a little bit of wiring that's been done to try and improve things with chase here that goes somewhere that I don't even know where it would go to. Alright, so moving forward, we're going to go to the master bedroom back here and take a look at it. More transoms. And this master bedroom is really a beautiful place in terms of what it could be. It's got hanging chandeliers, a big arch that separates. This is probably the sleeping area here with double hung windows, and then logically you would have over in this area on the far side, this is where you'd probably have a reading area. Another piece of quick plaster work was to plaster up this little doorway right here, and this plaster area was part of the closing, and we're now into the middle bedroom that by the prior owners decided to convert this bedroom into basically a walk-in closet. They didn't finish, and there's lots of shelving that would need to be installed, but I think that we're at least partway there for having that work. You can see here what kind of a roofing system we've got. We've got metal, and then there's all of these pieces of trim that are on top of the flat roof area. The roof itself has failed. So I'm going to go walk down and I'm going to take a look at the basement, and then we'll declare victory and be done.